Hey, what's going on, guys? Papa's here. Today we're going to be going over some more Terraria 1.4 content. We're going to be going over NPC Happiness in this video. Now, before this video begins, I'd like to remind you to subscribe, as my beautiful sign directly above my sign say, subscribe. It's very important. Alright, now that you subscribed, it's time to get into the video. Now, before we get into the locations that all of the NPCs prefer to live in, we've got to go over some base information that will raise the NPC's happiness and what NPC happiness does. Now, NPC happiness is dependent on a few variables, one of which is the size of the house. So these desert houses here are either too small or just about big enough. We've got to have like the normal requirements for houses, so like the table and chair and lights and back wall and doors. But the NPCs will also want to have more room inside of their house for them to move around in. It doesn't need to be a ton, maybe like 10 or 15 extra blocks. Like here, this house that I like to call the McDonald's has pretty much perfect space for whatever NPC wants to live here. They will give me the best prices based on the size of their house. Now, another variable that the NPC happiness is dependent on is the time of day. So if it is daytime, for some reason, prices are 10% higher. Kind of odd. And then depending on the cycle of the moon at night, the prices range from being 10% higher again to around 50% higher, which is kind of insane. So you've got to make sure that if you're buying something big like the mini shark, you're gonna want to buy it at a good time and at a good day of the week. Now, NPC happiness is what affects their prices. So here at the Witch Doctor, he's got, I don't think he likes this place very much, does he? Okay, yeah, so he this is like an okay place for the Witch Doctor. He sells stuff a bit cheaper than he normally would. Typically, these fountains would be 4 gold. They are 40 silver off due to his location, and then where he is, like what NPCs are near him. Some of the NPCs like other NPCs more than others. Like, if they don't like living near a specific NPC, they will tell you when you click on the happiness tab. Just a little thing to point out. Now let's get on to the locations. The locations, like the biomes that the NPCs prefer to live in, affect their prices, like I said earlier, and depending on whether or not they're a merchant, so like they sell stuff or not, they will sell you the pylon to teleport around, like I showed in my other video. It's time for the biomes. Yeah, you got this. Okay, now actually the locations. The forest biome. I've got these sorted in the order that you'd probably start building in, and the NPCs are in the order that you'd typically get them in. So here we got the forest. The forest has the guide, the merchant, the zoologist, and the golfer as their preferred like locations. So you'd probably want to put in the forest the merchant and the zoologist, just so that you can buy the pylon, and then you can get the new items from the zoologist at a cheaper price than you typically would, which is just sort of for convenience. Now, the underground, which would be like the cavern underground areas, the underground is preferred by the demolitionist, the goblin tinker, and the clothier. Another honorable mention, I guess, would be the gunsmith. I think his name is the arms dealer. The arms dealer, because he likes living with the demolitionist. So if you put him down in the cavern with the demolitionist, he will prefer living there. On to the desert. The desert is preferred by the dye trader, the arms dealer, and the steampunker. You probably just want to put dye trader and arms dealer there, because you're probably going to want to have your villages and your pylons set up before hard mode, especially in master mode. Getting around places with enemies that can two-tap you is not fun at all. Onto the jungle. In the jungle, there's the dryad, the painter, and the witch doctor. You can probably just mix and match these as you want. I don't see much use for the painter, because I don't use paint very much. So I'd probably just put the dryad and the witch doctor, and then use the painter to fill NPC slots. Next would be the snow biome. Snow biome has some weird choices. The snow biome is preferred by the mechanic, the tax collector, and the cyborg. And Santa Claus. Santa Claus likes it there too. Of course Santa Claus likes it there. The only difference with Santa Claus in the snow biome is that his price modifier actually is, I think it's higher. So he gets less. You have to pay less with Santa Claus. You get more of a discount with Santa Claus in the snow biome than you would with the other guys, because he loves it there. I'm fairly sure he's the only NPC out right now that loves a specific area. I could be wrong though. The next place you'd probably build a city would be at the ocean. Ocean would have the angler, the stylist, and the pirate. I'd probably just put the angler and the stylist there, as I built all of my, well, most of my towns in pre-hard mode, so I didn't even have an opportunity to get the pirate, which is okay. In this save, I still have not gotten the pirate because I'm bad at this game. So, all right, now on to the next biome, mushroom biome. The mushroom biome is home to only the truffle. So one of the other NPC that you can put there so that the pylon would work would be one of the extras from another biome. So like you could take the painter from the jungle and put him in the mushroom biome with the truffle so that your pylon would work. Now the final biome is the hollow. I have the hollow as the final biome because it only comes around in hard mode. Now, the hollow is preferred by the nurse, the party girl, the tavern keep, and the wizard. So it's home to a few people. I don't blame them. The hollow is a very beautiful biome, and having the ability to warp there through pylon immediately from wherever you want, not wherever you want, but from whatever pylon you want, is pretty convenient. Now that's about it on NPC Happiness. I don't think there's any more factors, but if there is, I'd I'm gonna put it in right after this clip. So, okay, so there was another thing I could have gone over with NPC Happiness, sort of. There were some questions by one of my friends that we're playing with, whether or not pets. So like, here, let's go look at one of my pets. Should have, okay, here's the cat. So the pets, like the dog, cat, and the rabbit, like this one, do not affect town happiness at all. They're purely cosmetic. You can buy them from the zoologist for a modest, I think, 4 gold. And they don't take housing slots. They share a housing slot with an NPC. So it really does not matter. That is scary. There is a blood moon. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to we're gonna end this video here while the merchant drowns himself. See you, Ralph, and see you, everyone else, in the video. I'll see you next video. Yeah, expect a very not long. Well, actually, it's gonna be long. I'm working on a new video. It's going to be my magnum opus. It's going to be very powerful, indeed. It's gonna take like maybe a week or 2 more to get out. So expect more content like this until it does come out. It's gonna be big. Just you wait.